What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video on learning Java. My name is QT Yazdani and you guys watching my channel Kroywood. Alright, so in this video we're going to see the for loop, our for loop statements. Alright, so to save time I have created a public class for loop and I've put my main function. So if you guys want to do exactly the same one, you guys pause the video and go here and create your Java class. You can create anything you guys like as long as you guys remember. In my case, because to remember, I just put a for loops to represent this is a for loop. So you can see here the name of my class is the name of the file is exactly the same. Alright, so what is a for loop? For loop is we can use it for iteration purposes, and by iteration we means that the for loop statement is an iteration statement, meaning that it iterates like you guys go and browse in the shop, you iterate the number of items. For example, you guys go and read the book, you iterate the number of pages. So you count, for example, you read page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 100, 300, all the way to the end of the book. So that's exactly what we do in programming in general, in Java specific. So for example, we start x from 1, and if you want to read the book all the way to page 20, that's how we do that. So the first part here, that's initialization, because if you want to read the book, you initialize it from the page 1. Our technically we go from page 0, but technically that's in mathematics. But we can initialize it from page 4 if you want, or we can initialize it from page 7. But there's no way you guys can initialize it from -7. So because you guys don't initialize page from -7, technically in mathematics is possible when you guys, if you want to go, say for example, counter, and start from -7, but generally we start everybody starts from either 0 or 1. Sometimes some people they start from 0, say like this, or we initialize it from here. Make sure you put your data type here, which is the type int. If you don't want to put it here, for example, then you put it here in top, you just put int x. So once you initialize this one x, then you can use the x here. But if you don't want to put it here, you always put it here beside it here. And we can go all the way to, then the next one is going to come a conditional expression till when we stop here till 20, and expression list. Then we do, what are we going to do? You guys can either count up or either can count down. So for example, upward, if you read a book, forward, for example, but you have the option to read the book downward, for example. So you can read the book from backward if you want, you can do that, but people always read the book forward, so that's a forward. But if you want to do backward, you can go minus. That's what if you want to, for example, count down, this is very useful. So for example, if you want to count down from say from 20 to say 1, you can go 20, say for 19, 18, 17, for example, then you go all the way to 1, you can count down. But if you do this way, so if you do plus, it means you're going upwards. So if, for example, you go from 1, then 2, then 3, and we're going to show you shortly. Alright, so that's a for loop, and we're going to start our for loop. In order for us to create a for loop, we come this way. So now this is an empty for loop. There is two guys here, sits here. So now this is totally empty. So the iteration for the for loop It's enters from here, that's the entrance, and it comes in evaluate. This one is if it's true or false, what to do with this, where to count. So this is where we're going to stop all the way here. That's our stop. And if it's true, it goes ahead. If it's false, it's not going to go ahead, it comes back. And that's incrementation, where you guys increment or decrement. That's where you guys go. It moves it upward, or it moves it upward, or it moves it downward. It goes back like that. So but it's up to you what you want to do. You want to read the book forward, or you want to iterate it to backward. That's what I said at the beginning. The for loop is a iteration statement. So a for loop statement is an iteration statement, which is used to loop through statements a number of times based on some condition. And some folks call it for loop statement for completeness purposes, or a lot of folks, they just call it for loop. So now here in this guys here is called infinite for loop. Is infinite for loop. So I've got a typo here. So if you guys go ahead and don't try this, if you guys gonna put a int I equal to 1, for example, int I is greater than, for example, -1, I plus, then it goes forever. Then you guys don't want to try this. Never ever try this, because your loop's gonna go forever, and it's gonna break down the system, break down your computer. So as I said, we're gonna start our for loop. So the first part is we're gonna put int I, and we put a 1. We initialize our book, and we want to read our book till this one to 20. We put the condition all the way to 20. We don't want to go past 20 because it's less than or equal to 20. And now we want to read the book forward, and here we want to put a system dot out dot println, and what we're going to println I. So if you want to do this, you can put an empty one, so I plus empty space. You can do this. So we're going to go and run, and we're going to run our program. It's a for loop, and our loop's going to run. And if you look in here, our loop's gone from 1 all the way to 20. If you look in here, that's our loop. Say like you guys reading the book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the way to 13, and then 20. That's how you read the book all the way here. But as I said, you can have the option to start your book from page 4, for example. So you can come here and say, for example, page 4. You can initialize your book from page 4. You don't have to initialize it from 1. So if you look in here, we have initializer from 4. You don't have to initialize it from 1. Okay, so now how about if we put instead of I, if you can remove this and we run it again. So we want to have a look what happens. Same one from 4. Okay, so we want to put it here, and now we, instead of 4, we put a 1, and here instead of that one we can just put stars. And now you're looking at our this one has changed. Here we put a 1, and here we put stars. So we want to run, and you're looking here, we printed stars. So you don't have to put a number. As I said, you don't have to put a number. You can put a stars. You can put anything you guys like. You can put a plus. You can put a minus here. It trades. It runs. It runs one by one all the way to till this condition is satisfied. It starts from this condition. It goes all the way till this condition is satisfied. But make sure you guys put your data type here. So here, then this guy goes forward or backward. As we said in previous videos in operators, that this guy is here, is a postfix incrementation operator, then it increments by 1. So it goes here, it increments 1, then sees okay that the loops it through, then it comes in 2, then loops through again, then comes in 3, then loops it comes 4. Every time it loops comes and checks here, it loops like that. 4, it loops 5, it loops 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way to 18, then 19, and then it comes here, looks it here, and then 20, and then after the 20 comes and checks this one, okay, it's less than or equal to 20, and it stops. So that's how this loops, keeps on loops it like that. It goes in a circle. So it goes 1, checks this condition, okay, then goes 2, checks this condition, goes 3, checks this condition, goes 4, 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, then comes back, checks this condition, then this encounter this one, it says okay, then I need to stop, and after the 20 stops, because we put a condition here. If you put till, for example, if you put your loop till, for example, 7, it counts till 7. If you put till 50, it counts till 50. If you put till 1000, it counts till 1000. Whatever you guys are the master. So you put it till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You put till 7, it counts till 7. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.